Well, I love that idea of when people are like, you got to trust the government, you got to trust this and that. It's like the government used to do terrible things all the time, like confirmed, like the Tuskegee experiments. There's a thing in like 1943 where they just gassed poor neighborhoods in St. Louis.
What?
And it's well documented and stuff, just to like see how it affected people. They just did it in like poor black communities or whatever.
Oh my God.
And so it's like there's all these documented examples of the government doing awful things. So the idea that they just are good now is hilarious. If anything, the conspiracy is that they stopped. Like, if anything, they're just better at it now. They've just figured out why they get in trouble or why they get caught. So they're just so good at it now. Dude. Where there's like 15 different... They even did a study at one point about how, like, we don't give a shit about complicated things. Where, like, if the answer to one question is, like, 6 jumps away, we just completely give up. We've just checked out completely. So it's like, they know this. So, like... They have billions and billions always being spent studying human behavior, studying how things affect us.
What can we do about that?
We can stand outside with a mask and yell about it in front of the White House. Entertainment is powerful. But one of the things, too, is like for entertainment and art to be powerful, it has to be so good that it also pleases the people oppressing us. Mm-hmm. Because if the oppressors don't like something, they can just cut it off. Like shut it off from the algorithm. And if they don't like things, the usual thing is they'll either blackmail you, they'll bribe you, or they'll just kill you. So those are the 3 ways to silence you or stop you. I mean, God, please let them work with me. I'd rather be bought off than killed. I'd be happy to stop this. Dude, if I got like probably like $2 million, $5 million
to stop the mess.
Oh, to stop everything. Yeah, I would just live on an island and do whatever the fuck I want. I just want a nice apartment, dude. But even with like AI, how powerful it is right now, because we never know how long we've had anything or whatever. It's like all of our history could have so easily just been manipulated and created. Because like back in the day, even just a history book, the fact that it was a published book was enough power to make us believe something was real. But you realize like, oh, it's not that hard to print a book. It's not that hard to do these things. So now with AI, literally within 2 seconds, you could say, create a believable history for an entire country. And it could write our entire history in 2 seconds. And it would be believable. Even like, religion, Jesus. I mean, I believe Jesus existed, and whether or not he did actual magic. I mean, the more I read about him, because I did 2 stand-up specials as Jesus, and the more I looked into it, the more like it sounded more he was like a spaceman or some type shit. Because there's all those stories where like his disciples are around, and when he would like speak to a light coming down from heavens, he would stand on the mountain, and the glow from the light would come. It's like that sounds like he's like talking to a mothership. You know what I mean? If there's a literal light beam coming down, and he's just like, hey, this is going on. But so also they said Jesus was a shapeshifter. I didn't know that one. You ever heard that before?
No.
They say Jesus could change his facial features because the story of Judas kissing him on the cheek to identify him to the Romans to arrest him. They're like, oh, etc. But Jesus had already been in town for like a few days, so they knew what he looked like, but he was able to change his face. So people don't really talk about that one. Also, my favorite one. This is my favorite Jesus fact, and this is still everywhere. You can still Google it very easily. So Jesus was a teacher before he decided he was the Son of God. Before he came out with that info, he dropped that. But so he was a teacher in wherever it was, Nazareth, I guess, because he went to So he was a teacher, and I wanted to know, I said, when was the first day Jesus began teaching? When did he start this like whole career as a teacher? And you look it up, the first day Jesus ever was taught in his life, 9/11.
What?
Yep, Jesus first taught on 9/11. It's out there in the open. I've screenshot it. I save it. I send it to all my friends all the time. Because, they try
just
to pervert.
A reminder.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they try to pervert anything good that exists or anything natural. They want us to have a negative connotation with things that are actually very positive. So, for that to be the first day Jesus ever taught, that should be a very, like, positive day. But because they juxtapose it with terrorism on America, now 9/11 is a terrible day. I mean, everything is kind of perverted, even through language. Like, once Michael Jackson decided that the word bad was good, he literally named his album Bad. So mentally, we associate the word bad with good. Dude, thoughts are a good thing. You're supposed to have thoughts, but they've perverted the word thought to mean like whores. So even a hoe is a farming tool. These are supposed to be good things, but everything good in the world gets perverted into negative things. These are just constant like tactics to keep us. The way I see it is like, you ever look at a lake when it's completely calm? It's just a mirror. It just reflects whatever's in front of it, right? But society is like the lake where there's just constant chop and rocks, things being thrown to the lake, and the more choppy the water is, the more the image goes away. So that's what's going on in society, where there's so much chaos that we literally can't reflect on what's in front of us.
Whoa!
Because if we were all still, like the lake, we would see that, sick pedophile, satanic people, whatever you even want to call it. It's so crazy because, like, we've been so programmed to just associate certain words with, like, conspiracy, write people off. Even just the word satanic, like, we know they're pedophiles now. We know, like, we have a video, like, you can read the fucking, like, it's insane. It's directly in front of us, and still somehow, how much more could it possibly be before something happens? But again, we don't have the resources to overcome any of these things. Controlled opposition, whatever positive, organizations try to go against these things can be infiltrated easily. So, it's very tough. So it really is like, even protests where it's a ton of people gathering in one place, I don't even like that either, because crowds can be controlled. Yeah. Protests should be individuals scattered all over the city, screaming and yelling and causing chaos. Bro. Because if everyone with this mindset is in one place, they can just be corralled and kept in the wall. And protesting doesn't do shit. Why did Stop Asian Hate stop? It's because Asian people don't march. They're working. Money's the only way to make shit happen. They love it when we protest outside, because they go, they're not doing shit. They're just stomping and clapping. Yeah. Just getting energy out. We're just pacified. It's like when you post shit, you feel like you did something, but we're not doing anything. Politicians in general are just like popular kids, like co-opting their charm, essentially. True. Who they don't have anything better to do. They don't have anything. They're like, they're like, hey, come on, we're gonna do it for us. We love the city. We love you.
Was there ever a politician you liked?
God, I liked, Ron Paul a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ron Paul was kind of cool. Even Marianne Williamson, she was kind of cool. She's anytime politicians say crazy shit in debates, that's when I know they're legit. But then they always get knocked out the next debate. This woman, Marianne Williamson, they asked her, they said, hey, how do you feel about the high health insurance costs? Why are health insurance premiums so high? And she said, we should be asking, why are we sick all the time? What's that about? And then she was out.
Oh my God.
And it's like, well, yeah, what's on? Yeah, why the fuck are we sick all the time? Nobody thinks about that. So yeah, and then Ron Paul was another example where they're like, hey, some Middle Eastern country, we like flew a stealth fighter over them, and maybe we crashed, and they kept some of our shit. And they were like, hey, how do you feel about them keeping our jet that we crashed in their country? And Ron Paul just goes, why are we flying over their country? Yeah. He goes, what does it have to do with us? Like, we're constantly sold this crazy idea of like, they're coming after you. If we don't get them, they're gonna kill us. They hate your freedom. Yeah. It's like, no, dude, everybody's a product of their environment. Like, terrorism exists because it's hot outside. It's just misplaced anger against the elements. Like, people are like, oh, they want your freedom. It's like, no, dude, they want your freon. They're hot outside. They just want chill conditions. Yeah, like 9/11 happened because sand is annoying. That's about it. Like, it's literally just, think about it. There's no terrorists who've grown up next to waterfalls. No. Why? You want to know why? You want to know who grows up next to waterfalls? People who fund terrorism. Oh my! Because they want more waterfalls. Because they know we're not responsible enough to have the waterfalls. They're the only ones who know how to deal with them. They've been chosen by God. Bro. Which is kind of the question I was thinking of the last few days. Because ultimately, all these conspiracies, it leads up to just like old men, right? Yeah. And then even more stereotypical, you go old white men. So then the idea is like, okay, why are old men so mean? Why are old men so mean? And is it because they have like trauma from their childhood? Is it because people are mean to them? And then they've worked their whole life to get to the top, and they have these few years left where they're old and decrepit, but all they can do is, point down this insane power against everybody else who kind of fucked with them growing up.
But don't you think those people will die eventually? And then, but it doesn't matter because it's like family.
No, they just want to see like a nuclear bomb go off again or something. They just want to think like, they just want some fucked up shit to happen. I don't know. It's kind of that attitude too, where people are like, I had to suffer, so other people should have to suffer because it made me who I am, and I did it. Nobody helped me, so they should have to do it too. Yeah. But it's like, but if that's your attitude, you're not really a good person. No. Like, nobody should have to suffer to get anything. I mean, there's a difference between like working out to tear muscles and regrow versus like going through some avoidable suffering that can easily be helped or fixed. It's just really like inconsistencies in logic. It's just because nothing makes sense at the moment until you hear some of these other things. Like, it's kind of like none of this stuff made sense before until you found out that Epstein had a pedophile island, like, compromising people. Because you go, oh, yeah, that makes way more sense that all these people had to do weird shit because they were scared of a video of them fucking a kid is going to come out.
I know.
So it's kind of like that's how things continue to be, where it's like, one piece drops and then you go, oh, well, this actually makes way more sense.
Do you think it'll ever make complete sense? Like, everything will be transparent? Like, there's a...
I don't think publicly. I mean, I think, people will see stuff or learn stuff, or maybe stuff will slowly be confirmed. But I don't know, man. There's even one theory I love. It's a ridiculous one. But there's one that, like, the alien race that secretly runs everything, like, gets off on, like, suffering and can, like, power their shit off of human suffering. And that's why we constantly have wars. It's literally called loosh. Hilarious. I know, it sounds so dumb and stupid, but I'm like, shit, that kind of makes sense.
They're just like, harvesting our suffering.
Yeah, literally, it's like, why is there war for infinity? Because whatever the instigating interdimensional whatever is fucking with us. I mean, honestly, I'd be surprised if that was it, but I mean, to think that we're the only sentient beings in an infinite universe is like insanely arrogant. Especially when you see like clusters of galaxies that look terraformed, that are like perfectly fit around stars and suns, where it's like, that doesn't look random. This whole idea of peace and like everything working out. In the existence of humanity, there's never been peace as long as there's separate countries and separate borders or this and that. So the only way we're ever going to have peace is if there's just a one nation world.
A utopia.
Yeah, but that's globalism. So there's no difference between like a hippie CEO and like a Fortune 500 company, like, because it's all the same thoughts. It's like, imagine there's one currency. Like, it's just everything has to be ruled by. There can't be multiple countries, and I know what it's going to be. And I've mentioned this in other places, but I think it's really important. The world is just going to be, the big countries are going to continue to slowly take the smaller ones, and the world is probably going to end up Russia, China, USA. Those are going to be the three countries, and then we're going to have the most important Olympics ever. And whoever wins the most medals at that Olympics becomes the one country on Earth. And even the Olympics doesn't even really make sense. Gold, silver, bronze. Yeah. It's like, were these the original minerals that aliens bred us to harvest out of the ground?
Shut up.
Like, is this the shit that powered their spaceships? Why did we decide gold, bronze, silver? Because that's like an idea too, that all of humanity, was just like aliens splicing DNA with apes, right? That's where we're like 98% apes and probably the 2% alien or whatever. And also because white people we're the most recessive genes, like blonde-haired, blue-eyed white people, which essentially we're like the weakest, most recessive. So it's like these original white people were kind of like designer dogs for like aliens. They just liked the way it looked, right? So then it's like, okay, so like everybody's always like, white people are the devil, white people are evil, this and that. Where did white privilege come from? It's like, well, life started in Africa, right?
Yeah.
So where the fuck did this white privilege start? How did we jump ahead when life started millions of years in Africa? When did it? But it's like, okay, so let's look at the evil things in the world. It's like guns. White people didn't invent guns. That was Chinese people. What's it called?
Chinese people invented
guns. Yeah, genocide. That wasn't us. That was Mesopotamia, Middle Eastern area. Slavery. That was the Greeks. And people go, well, Greeks are white people. Yeah, not to us. So it's like, white people didn't invent all these evil things. We're just better at them, right? We just seem to be better at evil things. So how'd that come to be? What's that about? So it's like, maybe if we really are the most recessive genes, it means we're the most paranoid. It means we're scared. We preemptively did all these evil things because we're worried about being taken over. We're paranoid and scared. So it's like we're overcompensating. White people are just overcompensating for our recessive weakness. That's why we've done all these things. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why white people are better at being evil. And it's funny, too, because every other race, you say some shit about a race, and they're like, that's racist. You can't say racist. But if you call white people the devil, that's okay. Yeah. And I figured out why. Why? It's because we are. So it's actually okay. You can say white people are, and they're I guess so. I guess we are. So, yeah, it's like, that's why it's allowed to do that. Yeah. I think about the evil, like the pedophile island and stuff. And how they because all these people, they're like big businessmen, right? Yeah. They're like, get away. So it's like, how do they keep peace and calm, like doing all these fucked up things? And I think about the rationalization, because like mental gymnastics and reframing is like a huge thing to like get away with doing evil things and like.
They just reframing themselves as like a good person.
Oh, for sure. But so I think about it, and they're like, because they're like raping ladies on an island, fucking kids and all this shit. But all I can imagine is they're probably like, Well, at least we're like giving them a home and like nice food. They're on an island. They're like on vacation and shit. We're not like raping them in an alleyway of a dark city with like a knife to their head. We're like, we're feeding them like
look
cool.
at the view.
They have like a brunch every day, and like so they're probably just rationalizing that they're like giving them a better life than they have, but they're sex slaves. Hey, maybe the kids came too. Maybe the kids came. If they come, it's not assault.
Oh my god!
Isn't that a defense? Dude. The kids identified as adults. Is that fair?
Oh my god!
I know, you'll be canceled. Even the idea of like minimum wage is hilarious because it's like they have it down to the cent, the individual cent.
That's crazy. Like, I never thought of it.
Yeah, it's like if it goes down 1 more cent, they'll burn the buildings down. But we got it down to like 9.61. So we're okay.
Oh my god.